Hi, my name is Heather Angell. I currently have one kiddo here at PRA, Wyatt, who's in 5th grade. My older Logan graduated last year from PRA and is currently a freshman at Mountain Vista. For a living, I work at Westfield Insurance, and I am a middle market master field underwriter, which basically means I analyze and price risk for large commercial clients. There's so many things to love about PRA. First and foremost is really the sense of community and family here. I still remember the first day I came for a tour 10 years ago. I walked in the building, I was like, it just felt comfortable, it felt nice, it felt right. I love the fact that all of the staff, the teachers, parents, they get to know you. You walk in the building, everyone's like, oh, hi, Heather, and I love that. And just the fact that parents are so involved here. I know so many other schools where parents, they drop off their kid, they pick up their kid, and that's the extent. And obviously, yes, we have requirements for volunteer hours, but as we can see every month in the newsletter, people don't do 40 hours. People are doing 100 hours, 200 hours, 300 hours. And that just really shows how committed the families are here and how involved they are. And I love to be a part of that community. And also, of course, the academics are top-notch. I'm always amazed by how much my children know and how rapidly they learn things and they retain things. And now I'm realizing how difficult 6th grade math is, and I'm very grateful for AI for that, for my own benefit. But I really saw when Logan, my older, after he graduated PRA, he was going to Mountain Vista. I was like, oh, it's such a big school, it's such a difference. How is he going to adjust? How are the academics going to be? And it was so seamless. He fit in, and he is taking all honors and AP classes, and he is just doing such a wonderful job. And I know that's part of his work, but I also know that he was so well prepared from his time at PRA, and he made that transition, and that is what is helping him to excel so much at that next level. My involvement at PRA, sometimes it feels, how am I not involved at PRA? I have been part of the Land Sharks Running Club for 10 years. I started as an assistant coach and became a head coach several years ago and took over running that organization. This will sadly be my last year with the Land Sharks as Wyatt is aging out, but that has been a wonderful thing to be a part of and see the kids grow and develop and have so much fun. I've also been a parent leader with Cub Scout Pack 696, which is the Cub Scout Pack here with PRA. I've done that for 10 years as well through both of my kids. I've been a parent leader, I've held chair positions, and that was a really cool experience, a great program. And that is also, this is my last year with that as well, as Wyatt has now aged out of that. I also try to do as much volunteering as I can, whether it's classroom parties, field trips, participating in all of the different core knowledge events, running the tables and the different stations. Last year I was lucky enough to chaperone the Washington trip, which was a wonderful experience. It was my first time in Washington, it was a nice time with my son, and then just to be able to see the kids interact, and especially at that age. Those are kids I'd known for 10 years when they all started together with Mrs. Broquet in kindergarten, and then seeing them become those young adults at 8th grade and how responsible and respectful they were. And that just, again, goes back to the lessons and the core values that they've learned here at PRA. And I have learned that I will be chaperoning Washington when Wyatt goes in 8th grade as well. But now that my time with Land Sharks and Cub Scouts is coming to an end, hoping that that will then now give me more time to pursue other areas and volunteer in different ways here at PRA. I think one of the biggest skills that I will bring is my knowledge of PRA and my involvement and the relationships that I have here at PRA. Being a part of this community for so long, I've really gotten to know the teachers, the staff, the parents. So I really kind of am in tune with what the culture is here, which is the same as my culture. And I think if you are going to be on the board and helping to run and be a part of the organization of the school, you really need to have a good foundation and basis and be on board with that 100%. You can't run something if you don't support it. And all of my time here has really shown how valuable PRA is and how much I want to be involved in those next steps. I think also professionally as an insurance underwriter, really the focus and what I do for my job is people bring problems to me and issues and concerns, and I have to find a way and a solution to fix those. So coming up with a solution, but then also implementing that. And that is really what the board does. They have issues, they have problems, and they need to collectively work together. And a lot of my job is on teams. So I work with different departments, my counterparts, and a lot with my home office leadership team, where I have to present, hey, here's what we have going on, here's the problem, here's the solution I found, and here's how we can work together to make that a reality. And I think that'll be really important to the board because there are a lot of people, a lot of personalities, and you have to be able to navigate and work well and collectively find the right solution. The school budget was unlimited. There are so many things. I don't even know if this would be possible, but I would love to add on to the building, maybe have a second floor, have more space for all these wonderful kiddos. It'd be great to have a real cafeteria where they don't have to eat lunch in the gym. So I think adding more space would be fantastic. And speaking of space, I would love to make the parking lot larger. As we know, parking is sometimes problematic when there are events and you have to park a few miles away. So if we could add on some land and some parking, and maybe improve the carpool, make that kind of go a little bit quicker, I think would be great. I know there's already so much going on with all of the outdoor improvements that are going on, so that is already in process, but just kind of continuing that to have such a beautiful campus for this school. And then also with an unlimited budget, I'd love to just keep growing the technology here. Technology is really the way of the world these days, and we need to make sure that kids have the latest and the best technology because that's not going away. And the more tools that we can give these kids in their schoolwork, the better prepared they're going to be. My top 3 priorities for the board, I think first and foremost is continuing the rigorous academics that we have here at PRA. PRA is well known for how well we do, and we need to make sure that that never falters. We have such a wonderful, strong academic program here, and I think the board needs to continue, as they always have done, but to continue to make sure that we always strive for that excellence and that we achieve it. I also would want to make sure that we are retaining and keeping and bringing on the best quality teachers. I can honestly say in all my years here at PRA, I've never had a bad teacher. My kids have never had a bad teacher. And there are so many teachers here that have been here for years and years, and that just goes back to the value that PRA has. Teachers and education is such an important job, and these teachers need to know that they have the support and the resources to do everything they can to grow our children to be the best people they can be. Last priority would be to continue to build on the social and emotional program here at PRA. Our kids these days have so much on their shoulders. The world is a tough place, and that is not changing, and it's getting harder by the day. And we need to make sure that every child needs to feel heard, needs to feel safe, needs to feel protected, and needs to feel valuable. We have so many good programs and teachers here, and I just would want to make sure that we continue on that path and we really prepare these kids for being the future. I would just like to say thank you so much for watching these videos. We really appreciate it. I would love to be a representative for all of the wonderful families here at PRA. So please go out and vote. I hope you vote for me, and I really appreciate the time and consideration. Thank you so much.